Yes guys, welcome guys to Data Point. This is All Kak TV and you are watching Matafari. Guys. Now guys, welcome back guys, and in this video today guys, I just want to react on 3 items. Number 1, we are reacting on yesterday a honorable member of parliament of Kiharu constituency, Ndindi Nyoro, quit UDA and launched his own party, PPK, People Party of Kenya, or People Party of Kenya. And I want to talk about its implication and what is in the offing, what is happening currently. Yes, bro. So based on my last video guys, if you can remember, some time back I just made a video and I recommended that, I said that united opposition, specifically yes bro, specifically Uhuru Kenyatta and Rigathi are not out to unseat the incumbent President Ruto. I obliged that if they wanted to remove Ruto the way they were saying, then only one man could remove that Ruto, and that one man was none other than Edwin Sifuna. But the calculations around Edwin Sifuna to remove Ruto was to be based that Edwin Sifuna, coming from Lembe Nation with approximately base of 4 million or 3.5 million, to be supported by another youthful member. And I proposed 2 people. I proposed either Ndindi Nyoro or Edwin Watenya Sifuna. No, sorry, Ndindi Nyoro or Honorable Medhu, the senator of Nyandarua, Honorable Medhu of DCP party. Any of those person, if deputizes Sifuna, because the person from Mount Kenya can also bring another 4 million votes, and Sifuna will be standing beginning at 8 million votes. So if you add him the Gen Z vote, which is approximately 800 to 1 million based on the registration, and remember, not all Gen Zs will be supporting Watenya Sifuna. Some Gen Zs are also with their kingpins. So we don't give Gen Zs 2 million. We only give Gen Zs something around 60% of the Gen Zs. So the 60% of the 2 million, which is approximately 1.2, based on the voter turnout, we give it 800. So if 800,000 Gen Zs support Watenya Sifuna will be beginning at something around approximately 8 to 9 million votes. And that is a viable card, because Ruto also will be beginning at 9 million votes. So if Sifuna begins at 8.8 to 9, and Ruto is beginning with at 9, all of them are beginning from the same point. Now the swaying parts going to pick from each zone, picking from each zone, you can easily realize that it is easy for the Sifuna to pick from Ruto than Ruto to pick from Sifuna. That is if Sifuna is having a running mate from Mlima. But this is not what is likely to happen, guys. This is now where I want to break your ego and break your hopes. The two leaders, I'm talking about the former president Uhuru Kenyatta and the current former deputy president Honorable Rigathi, the two men, they are not out to remove Ruto from office, despite the noise they are making around. The two men, if they wanted to remove Ruto from office, that is a viable card that I have told you. Let the two people, let both the Uhuru Kenyatta and Rigathi agree to give a running mate from Mount Kenya and a running mate who is viable, who is youthful, just like Sifuna. If they do that, then early in the morning, Ruto will go to Sugoi. But they are not out to do that. Let me tell you what they are planning. Number one, they are planning to take Sifuna to deputize Kalonzo Musyoka. And then, after taking Sifuna to deputize Kalonzo Musyoka, they are now planning to take Ndindi Nyoro to deputize Matiang'i. This is now what I'm trying to surprise you. You see, instead of putting Sifuna and Ndindi Nyoro in one basket so that they can deliver the presidency, they are going to split these two young men so that the Genesis can be split in between. You see? So Sifuna is going to deputize Kalonzo Musyoka so that when Kalonzo Musyoka comes with the 2 million and Sifuna is adding 4 million or 3.5, and let me tell you something, if Sifuna is deputizing Kalonzo Musyoka, then he will not bring 4 million. The best he can bring is 2 million or 1.5, because the lawyers will also be divided, because the post of the running mate is not the highest post. It's not the highest post, because as things looks now, Musalia Mudavadi, who is the prime CS, is above in the rank. Is above in the rank than the vice president, than the deputy president. So if you put Sifuna as a deputy president and UDS having Musalia as the prime CS, what they will just do, they will just bring Musalia to be a deputy for Ruto, and then they put another person from another high region to be prime CS, and probably they can take somebody from Mukusi. So if they do that, then you realize that Sifuna will not deliver the 4 million vote. So if you take Sifuna as a running mate to Kalonzo, then you say you take Kalonzo's vote of 2 million, then you will add Sifuna as a vote of 2 million, then Kalonzo will be beginning at a hard point, because he will be beginning at 4 million, and the numbers are too little. The numbers are not able to unseat the current president. When you take Ndindi Nyoro to deputize Matiang'i, then you are not giving Ndindi Nyoro the 4 million. You are giving Ndindi Nyoro 2.5 million, because Rigathi, with whoever he will be supporting, will also be retaining some votes. Because Rigathi being a kingpin now is also controlling good number of votes from the Mlima. So what Uhuru is going to do, Uhuru is going to split the Mulima vote, a faction to remain with Rigathi Gachagua, another faction will be given to the current by the Ndindi Nyoros of this world. So Ndindi Nyoros of this world will join Matiang'i, and Ndindi Nyoro will deputize Matiang'i, and with him, he will take to Matiang'i 2 to 3 million votes. So by taking Ndindi Nyoro to Matiang'i, you have already divided the Mulima into 3 factions. Kindiki running with the east wing. Nyoro will be running with the Giharo wing. So the west will also be divided into 2. So the west, when you divided the west Mulima into 2, Rigathi will be remaining with the Kiambus and probably Kiambus and Nyandarwas and Moranga and Mathira there, the Nyeri. While Nyoro will be running away with the Morangas. And remember, Kiambu is a cosmopolitan. All towns in Kenya, or all major towns in Kenya, are a cosmopolitan. There is no major town in Kenya which is dominated by one tribe. The politics of major towns in Kenya is controlled by the person who pours too much money in the towns. So what am I saying? What I'm saying in a nutshell is that Ndindi Nyoro is coming to split the Mount Kenya West vote, and he will be running away with the 2.5 to 3 million votes. And where will he be taking the votes? Ndindi Nyoro is likely to be taking the votes to Honorable Matiang'i. So when Uhuru does that, he has already killed the united opposition into 3 factions. the Matiang'i faction, the Kalonzo faction, and the Sifuna faction. By so doing, you have given Ruto a penalty with no goalkeeper in the goal, and Ruto scores a free range score. Ruto makes a free range score. Very early in the morning on the day of 11th, Ruto will be announced as the president, whether you like it or not. So this is what I'm saying. If Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta wants to remove Ruto from the office, then the viable candidate is Sifuna plus Ndindi Nyoro. If Honorable Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and Honorable Rigathi Wakajagwa wants to unseat Ruto, the viable card is Sifuna plus Ndindi Nyoro being supported with Medu. When I say Medu, I'm talking about Rigathi Gachagua. That is a card that will compete Ruto. Taking Ndindi Nyoro to deputize Matiang'i is splitting the mountain into 3 factions, and by so doing, you are giving Ruto a penalty to score into a goal where there is no goalkeeper. Thank you guys. You have been watching Matafari on Data Point. This is the Olkak TV. Share, like, subscribe, and ask questions. So or ask me anything, or send me a topic of what you want me to discuss in our next video. I love you guys. Bye bye. Have a safe and a nice day. Goodbye.